My whistle-stop tour of the wildest places on Earth has taken me from one end of the world to the other. So far, in my trip to Namibia, I've dined on delicious delicacies.
Nice. I quite like that, actually.
Got a little too close for comfort with some magnificent animals.
We need to move, he's getting a little bit irritated.
And rustled up a feast under the gaze of the hippos.
I really don't think I've cooked in a more remote location.
But the African bush is not the only wow factor this country has in store for me.
Look at this fish, it's fantastic. Mussels, calamari, sort of lobster, kingklip, a type of cod, and these huge prawns. And where there is sea, there is sand. Lots and lots and lots of it.
The Namibian coast stretches for over 6,000 miles and is one of the most uninhabited places in the world. You see, when I said a lot of sand, I really meant a lot of sand.
There's the shipwrecks. That is why they call it the Skeleton Coast.
Luckily, we're heading for somewhere further inshore, but every bit as incredible. This is Sossusvlei, in the heart of the country, and my guide Carlos is taking me to see some of the biggest sand dunes in the world.
They are beautiful dunes, aren't they?
Yeah.
How long did they take to form?
These dunes were formed between 40 and 15 million years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Ancient.
And how did they actually form all those years ago?
Well, they were blown in by strong winds.
Really?
Yeah.
And they don't move now?
No.
So I could climb to the top one of those?
Yes, you can.
Is it hard work?
It is hard work.
Do you do it?
No.
And it didn't take long for me to work out just why Carlos laughed at me.
This is hard work, I'll tell you. That was really hard work. But do you know what? When you get up here, it's all worth it.
It's not just the sand that makes a dramatic landscape here in Namibia. These rock drawings are thought to date back to prehistoric times.
Now this is rock art, and this is probably between 5,000 and 6,000 years old, and it's used as a teaching aid. Hyena, giraffe.
These markings were discovered during a geographical expedition in the 1920s. Since then, experts have been able to date the 5,000 drawings back to the Stone Age. And it doesn't end there. Extinct volcanoes, rocks shaped like organ pipes, all add up to make this one very wild-looking place. It's against this arid backdrop that some of the animals of Namibia have adapted to thrive in these inhospitable surroundings. I'm on the search for one of the most magnificent and largest, the desert-adapted elephant. Rare and elusive, these elephants are often hard to find. But following their footprints and droppings, my guide manages to track one down.
So we've driven about an hour and a half actually, been everywhere, and this young bull, we've just seen him. Look at him, he's a magnificent creature.
These elephants live in dry riverbeds and have longer trunks and bigger feet to cope with the conditions. The number of people who live in this desolate landscape has declined over the years, but there are some sandbush people who still remain and preserve ancient traditions. These desert people use many techniques to cope with living in such a dry land, using secret hiding places for water and taking gum from the bush to trap animals.
And in this group, you have to be two great shooters. one good tracker.
They also have a rather unusual game.
It's like a game that they play.
A game?
Oh yeah, with dance of animals. You just think, you make a line,
Yeah.
you see who spits the spit first, yes.
Shall I have a go?
Aye.
This is a first. Male giraffe poo in my mouth, and I'm going to see if I can spit it further than these guys. It does taste a bit funny, if I'm being honest with you.
Yes.
So, Phil Vickery, giraffe poo spitting champion of the world. And their unusual tastes extend beyond the games.
Yeah, the mud.
Yeah, it's good.
The sand.
Good for the body, yes.
No, it's like eating mud.
I say they eat the sand, yes, especially the pregnant ladies, they eat
Yeah.
it much, yes. And in the rainy season when it rains, it's a very good smell.
Right.
That makes it very tasty, yes.
They eat the termites as well?
Termites, it's very good. It's a very good protein for the body. We catch them, put them in a pot, we fry them. It's very good. Yes.
The Sand people speak an incredible language which uses sounds in place of some words.
Mim are,
Mim, ade, ju,
twas, go,
ho. And what does that mean?
I love Bushmen on earth.
I love Bushmen.
Yeah.
Hey, all you Bushmen, all you Bushmen.
It's been an honour to travel through this incredible country. Its landscape stretches from one extreme to the other, and so does the food, taking me from mud to mussels.
Namibia has a vast coastline, as we've seen. It also has a wealth of fish, most of which I've never even heard of. But one I have heard of is mussels, and they're all over Africa. But just look at these babies. Look at those.
First, you heat some oil in a heavy pan. Add some chopped onion, celery, bacon, and some fresh thyme. And finally, the mussels.
And the liquid here, I'm using beer. This is a local beer, a Namibian beer. Now, if you're at home, you can use lager or bitter. Bitter's quite nice to use, but it is quite strong, so be careful. So the lager just goes in. And really, after about 2 or 3 minutes, they will be cooked. And as you can see, they've just opened up beautifully. And that, we're going to have a quick taste of that. That is that. It's so simple. Cooked in 5 minutes.
What an amazing time I've had in this incredible land.
4 words. Stunning food, stunning place.
This series has been real adventure for me. I've travelled thousands of miles from one extreme to another, seen some amazing sights and taken my taste buds on a gastronomic tour. But as I set off home for the final time, it's the warmth and welcome I've received from the people I've met along the way that I will remember long after the sun has set on my worldwide cookout.